Last week I went op shopping on the Gold Coast with my friend Liv, and I found 3 items from one BOLO brand within 10 minutes. Stick around to the end of this video, you're going to want to see what I picked up, but for now, let's get into the thrift haul. Liv and I quite often go op shopping together, and we do like to get out of the area that we both live. So last week it was down to the Gold Coast on a Friday for a full day of op shopping. We made it to, I think, roughly about 14 or 15 op shops. And from that, in all honesty, I only found 14 items. So I am being much more selective with what I'm picking up these days. And that's kind of evident with a smaller haul. So we'll get into it and I'll show you everything that I picked up. Now, I only picked up 1 pair of shoes last week. These rag and bone white leather sneakers. These were $8. I found these in Vinnie's. Great, comfortable, casual style. Don't see rag and bone often, but they are a higher end retail brand. So I'll jump over to the rack behind me. As you can see, this is the rest of what I got from the Gold Coast. First up, we've got a little Witchery skirt. Now this one is 100% linen, and I really was drawn to the peachy orange color of this. It's just a really, really easy casual style in a good quality thick linen. This one set me back $5. I was actually quite pleased to find something like this for $5. I'm not finding a lot for that price at the moment. Similarly, this one is Country Road. Now, at first I thought this was also linen. This is actually 100% rami or rami. It's similar to linen or cotton. It's a natural fiber. And I found a pretty good keyword to include in titles as well. So this one, this is a size 14, lovely elastic waist. And it does have quite a decent split at the front of the skirt too. So just a really, really nice casual style, and of course in such an eye-catching color. This one I think should go for probably $50 to $60. One last skirt, and this one I was so happy with. So Liv had a full Salvos card and she quite kindly let me take up a few spots. So on that you get 10 items for half price. She found about 5 items, I found about 5 items, so we combined that and got them all 50% off. Which means that for this Arnam skirt, so Arnam, it's like a little less in demand than it used to be, but it is still a consistent seller. I paid $2.50. So this is I think it's the amberly skirt or amber skirt in the sapphire colorway. Really, really gorgeous, sort of teal greens, pinks and purples, and still has both of its tassels. Now, because of the condition of these, you can see they're quite good. They're not like tangled or anything. I'd actually suspect this hasn't been worn or washed too many times. So again, probably maybe $60 to $70 on this one. I'll do some research, but I think because of the style and the length, this is still going to be quite a good seller for this brand. I have said before that I'm quite selective with picking up Ruby Yaya and Lula Soul. These are Lula Soul. I have never seen pants from either of those brands before. I thought these would be worth a go. The sell-through on pants actually looks fairly decent. And again, these were purchased at 50% off for Salvos. So I think these set me back about $4 and should go again for that $50 to $60 mark. Changing it up with the next couple of items. So we're moving away from, I guess, the bright and the colorful into more of, I don't know, the corporate or the more dressy styles. Another couple of pairs of pants that I picked up. Firstly, Veronica M. Now, I believe I've shared on this channel before that Veronica M pants are also a really consistent seller for me. These are just a great style, high rise, wide leg, and they're actually a wool blend. So they're wool and viscose, lovely big pockets on the front in a size 12. So these, again, $70 to $80, and I believe they'll sell pretty quickly. Every time I've listed Veronica M pants recently, they're selling within about 24 to 48 hours, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 styles. And another pair of pants, as I've said, Sasha Drake. Now, I've actually sold this exact style before in this color. These are sort of the jersey stretch pants in a high-rise wide leg. These should be probably at that higher end, maybe $80 to $90. They are a size 10. Previously, I've sold them in a 12. So we'll see if that affects the sale price at all. But Sasha Drake, again, is a consistent seller for me at that higher dollar point. Now, on to dresses. Dresses are still making up the bulk of my sales, particularly anything that's very colourful, so florals and natural fibres like cottons and linens. I grabbed a few dresses this week, a couple of them that hit that mark. So the first one is this Soul Sparrow broderie lace dress. It's just a really gorgeous, this could be like either an office or a casual, I guess. Nice length, in a size medium, but this is quite oversized. Now, I didn't notice until I was taking photos yesterday, this does have a couple of like oil spots on it. So one here and then one up here on the neckline. So I'll have to give this one a wash and try to remove those. Dishwashing liquid, I think, is going to be my best bet to get in, break those oils down and get the marks out of this fabric. But I mean, pending how that goes, this should be a $50 to $60 sale. This next one, if I hadn't found the BOLO items that I'll show you at the end of this video, probably would have been my find of the day. So that is a Lena Bron dress. Now this is one of their sort of diffusion labels, Lena and Fleur, but it's for their more curve range. So this is actually a plus size. This is a size 20. You can see it's a wrap dress. Just have that belt hanging down, touching the ground there. But this one stood out to me for the style and the fabric. So it's a nice stretch fabric. And just look at the print. It's like this really gorgeous abstract floral. So as I've said, Lena and Fleur is the tag on this one. It is actually Lena Bron. And I think I should be able to get between about $90 to $120 on this one. I've got to do a little bit more research into the style and what's selling. But again, I bought this for $12. So to potentially 10 times my money, this was definitely a contender for find of the day. Another dress, more of a neutral tone, which isn't really my vibe, but I know other people love it. So if they love it, I'm buying it. This one is Witchery, and I loved the pattern on this one. Really gorgeous, gorgeous solid pattern. This is a linen blend, so lyocell, viscose, and linen. And I really love the details. So if we get up here, we can see there's like a ruching around the shoulder. It's got elasticated sleeves, elasticated waist, and of course the frill at the hem. So this one had a lot going for it. It's not the most recent Witchery tag, so this one's probably maybe 3 or 4 years old, but I still think, given what's kind of trendy lately, this sort of fits right in. So I'm anticipating maybe 50 to 60, maybe pushing $70 on this one. This next one was also thank you Liv on the 50% off Salvo's card. So I have now picked up this brand a couple of times and it seems to be a good seller, and that is Lastrada. This is 100% linen dress with the exception of this sort of ribbed paneling at the back, which would be, I say, like a viscose or cotton. I was on the fence with this one, but in the end it won out. I think it's just a really easy throw on style, and obviously the fabric being a linen. Originally this was marked at $15. At half price I paid $7.50 for it, and again I would anticipate between $60 to $80 for this sort of style and for this brand. But now we're getting into it. So which BOLO brand did I find 3 times in 2 op shops within 10 minutes? Want to guess? Pop it in the comments below. I found Spell. So Spell and the Gypsy Collective. It's not something I find often in op shops. Earlier this year in January, my very first thrift of the year, I did find a Spell duster and it sold within 24 hours of being listed. I actually mailed it, posted it to the customer on the Friday morning as we were leaving for the Gold Coast. Must have been a good omen because then I found it 3 times. So I found this one. This is the lotus top. You can see it's like got a kimono sleeve. This is just really, really stunning. Now it is an extra small. Generally, I would not pick up anything that is an extra small. However, for this brand in the right style, I would be happy to give it a go. And also considering I only paid $12.50 for this, so fairly low risk picking it up for that amount in that size. And I mean, this is just stunning. It is also oversized enough that this works up to a size 12. Obviously helps that it has the tie at the front. But yes, very, very pleased to have found this in an op shop and paid what I paid for it. In the same op shop, so I found the top first, and then I decided I'd go and have a look at the maxi dresses, and I saw the tag again. And I couldn't believe it. I'm seriously, like, I've found it twice before in my entire more than 5 years of reselling. So this is the Blue Skies maxi wrap dress. When I first picked this up, because of the way it had been tied, I thought it was a duster, which did excite me quite a lot. The dusters for Spell, some of them are quite in demand. However, it is a wrap dress. Still a really gorgeous style. The floral in this is really gorgeous. It's got belt loops. So for a wrap dress to have belt loops, you know, it's just a nice little touch. Again, in a size extra small. So this would have come, I believe, from the same person that donated the top. And again, I paid $15 for this one. So at that buy-in, even for a smaller size, I am pretty confident that there is money to be made in this one. And finally, this one takes the cake. So this is the first Spell dress that I found. This was in Lifeline at Southport, and when you go in, this is really a large store. They've got a few different sections. There's almost like a boutique-y section up the front and the general racks around the back. And sort of tucked into the corner on the left-hand side, there was this little boho section. There weren't a lot of styles, and I kind of thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if there was something Spell in there? And do you know what? There was. So this is the Utopia maxi dress in the flamingo colorway. It's really, really beautiful organic cotton. This feels absolutely stunning. It's got this nice tie detail at the back. And you will not believe it when I told you that I paid $10 for this in a Lifeline. Like, come on. New with tags. What are the odds? So this is a size large as well, which is definitely better and more in demand across the board for this brand. And I anticipate anywhere between $160 to $190 for this one. The original retail was $289. There are a few solds of this, and they do look to do fairly well, but there are a couple listed at the moment as well. So we will see how that goes. But there you go, that's my Gold Coast op shop haul. I honestly couldn't believe my luck stumbling across those 3 Spell items in 2 different op shops. Like, it would have made more sense to me that they were all together, but to find them at all, I'm very grateful. Tell me which was your favourite. If you do love seeing videos like this, if you like to see what people are picking up to resell in Australia, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I bring out content regularly talking about op shopping and reselling in Australia, and I'll see you in the next one.